Brandy, do you know what we should do this summer?
What?
We should do the 2023 Dayton Ale Trail and bring along everybody who listens to the Drunk Bitches Be Like.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Brandy, what's the Dayton Ale Trail?
Dayton Ale Trail is where you go to all the local breweries in the Dayton area and you get stamps in your little passport book. And then at the end of the year, once you get all your stamps, you get to take home a pint glass.
So join us as we review 28 local breweries and actually finish our passports for once.
Yeah, that'd be first.
Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like.
Welcome to Drunk Bitches Be Like. I'm Brandy.
I'm Mindy.
And this is all about two women, a few beers, some tipsy stories, and some drunk ideas.
Welcome. So we are out on trip 3 of
Yes.
the Dayton Ale Trail.
And we're hitting the northeast, but not the super northeast like we did Yellow Spring, Springfield. We're a little bit closer into Dayton now.
Right. So we are...
Beavercreek?
Beavercreek.
Xenia.
This
Are
is
we in Xenia?
Beavercreek.
This is technically
Yeah,
Beavercreek.
Xenia was Devil Wind. This
Feels
is
like
technically
Xenia, though,
Beavercreek.
because we had to go towards Xenia.
Okay, but lots of things are towards Xenia, but not Xenia.
I know. But on 35, when you get all the stoplights, I always just assume that's Xenia, but it's not, is it? That's
It is
Beavercreek.
not.
Yeah.
Do you have your passport?
I remembered it after I sat down with my beer, and I was like, I keep forgetting to get this goddamn thing stamped. Oh no, I went up and got it stamped.
Oh, you got it
Yeah,
stamped.
I went and did it because I was
forgot.
like, oh, I forgot.
I was more intent on taking business cards up places because I was super happy I found them in a bag.
well, and taking pictures and stuff too. You're in charge of all of those things.
So, I'm fighting with TikTok about what is legal music and what is not.
Yeah.
So here's what I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that if Instagram has it available for, I think I know the answer to my own question. Instagram has lots of things available to you that you can use as part of creating a video or
For
creating
Instagram.
a story for Instagram. So I don't think I can use it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But TikTok, because we're set up as a business page, gives me shit.
Oh,
It's just shitty music that's made specifically for TikTok.
gotcha.
So if I search pub, there is it will show up 400 songs that are basically all by the same electronic artist. And if you listen to them, they are
all
also the
sound the
same
same.
song. They're titled differently, but that their same song is bar or drinking or
Yeah. So you don't get quite a variety that you're looking for.
no. So it kind of sucks. But,
Yeah, that sucks.
but yeah, we are out in Beavercreek, Ohio. We are at Southern Ohio Brewing, 818 Southern Ohio Brewing. 818 because they're at 818 Factory Road.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, their actual full name is 818 Southern Ohio Brewing.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
So they are a family-owned and operated brewery. They have 12 to 14 rotating taps featuring a wide range of craft beer styles from their own on-site brew house, which you can see right out in front of you and all creation.
Yeah, if you want to go sit at a bar and actually look at it, you can while you drink.
Yeah. And they also make hard seltzer. So I got one of those to try.
Yeah, I saw that. I was debating, but then there was they have lots of dark beers here.
Yeah. And we made a point of not getting the same beers this
Yes,
time.
me and Mindy's flights look very different. Mine is very dark. Hers is very light.
So they are located on the Creekside Trail branch of the Miami Valley Trails bike trail. This is a very Ohio thing. I'm not sure about other states, but
The bike trails everywhere.
hundreds of miles of bike trails in Ohio that
Yeah.
connect. So Miami Valley bike trails, huge around here. You can go basically from Dayton to
I think you can
Jamestown.
go well, and I think you can actually go. They have a bike trail that connects all the way from Cleveland down to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That runs through Dayton.
So, but there's a pretty intricate system. I was telling my husband that I got a new bike, but I got a cruiser. Not now, but
Yeah.
at one point in time, I had gotten a new bike, got a cruiser, didn't really anticipate what that meant for me on a bike trail.
Yeah.
I had told you this before too, but we didn't do it on air. So I pull off into a place close to where I was living at the time. And I get my bike out off the rack and I just start driving. So I made it all the way out to here,
Yeah.
to factory. And it was fine.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the slight incline all the way back. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
7 miles
Yeah.
back. I should have paid attention that I had rode 7 miles, but riding just do 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 do.
I feel like when you first start riding, it's fine. It's that when you hit that point where you stop, And then you take a break and get a drink or eat some lunch or whatever else. And then you have to get back on the bike. And then you still have like another 7 to 10 miles to go back to where you started. It's like, oh, no, I don't want to do this now.
Yeah.
But you're screwed because you're 7 miles away from your car.
Exactly. So there are a lot of breweries that have and restaurants and stuff like that have opted to be on the Miami Valley bike paths.
Yeah, and it's real convenient. It's very nice. But like I said, once you stop and eat, you don't want to get back on your bike.
Right. And they have brewery dogs. I saw at least one. There's a boxer. But
yeah, he's sitting by a
staring
little
at us.
fence right there.
I'm going to get a picture of the boxer.
He's very cute. Very cute indeed.
It's a good thing I have a Zoom.
And in our passport, their little stamp for their brewery is a puppy paw.
Aww.
Yeah. So they're all about the doggies here. And they've got like little like canvas. Well, they're not canvas. Like pictures with like monkeys and
they're
cats
like woven
and squirrels
canvases?
on bikes and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of canvas, but it's like not wicker. So Mindy's lovely husband drove us around today. So I got to take a ride in the Tesla for the first time, which was super exciting. I love the ceiling. I just want to look out the ceiling the whole time you're driving. Although I don't think I could do that. It would make me car sick.
Probably. Yeah, it's got the whole glass ceiling thing going on, and not
And
like
Mindy's
the one
going to take photos of our flights that I've already started sneaking drinks of because I was real excited about one of them.
All right, so we have our tap list, and we're just going to go down the list that they have online. You can find them
Yes.
online. They're full.
Actually, here, I should probably get to the same place you are so that way I can read off my phone while
Cool.
you're reading and then...
So I am trying the Cella
which is a blonde ale. It's a 4.7% ABV. It's 19 IBU. It says it was initially brewed to celebrate Cinco de Mayo with our good friends at Loose Ends Brewing. It's a crisp, refreshing cold blonde ale balanced with a hint of lime, perfect for a spring day. To create a cold blonde ale, we used cold IPA brewing process with a lighter hop load of Citra and Machuca hops with some additions of lime zest. The resulting beer has a lighter body than most blonde ales, but is still packed with flavor. And I might have mispronounced some of those words, so forgive me.
That's all right. So, yes, it's lighter than most blondes I've had.
Okay.
It is... I always think of a blonde as being something different than what it is, and here's why. Because when I think of blonde, I think of Starbucks.
Oh.
Follow me.
Yeah.
There's dark brew,
Yeah.
there's medium brew, and then there's blonde.
Right.
And that's what I think of. So it's not as mild as, but none of them are ever as mild as I think they are. It's not IPA hoppy.
Right.
You can taste the lime. So it's not like when we were at Lucky Star.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's a lime beer. No, it's not.
Yeah. Didn't have a lot of lime.
This
to it.
could benefit from a lime, though. Oh, there goes the brew dog on a walk.
Oh, brew dog going on a walkie.
So it's a boxer. I don't know if they have others, but this is the boxer today.
Nice.
So yeah, I would not. I'm not sure that this is the one that I would go for,
is
but
it
I'm going to
pint
say
worthy?
It's probably not something I would drink a pint of.
Okay.
But 1 to 5, solid 3.5 or a 4.
Okay. All right. That's a solid thing.
So
all right.
What do we have next? I did the crema colada.
Ooh. All right. Let's see here. Oh, this one doesn't have as much on it. The crema colada is a cream ale. This one's 5.5 ABV and 20 IBU. This is our 818 cream ale finished on pineapple and coconut puree that makes a great beer for a warm summer evening. So it's kind of like a pina colada beer.
Yes. Definitely get the cocoa.
Yeah.
Coconut. Not cocoa. Coconut. So Star City has a beer that they put out every once in a while called Everything But the Coconut.
Yeah.
Which I always expect to have a coconut flavor because I can't read.
Well, when you think pina colada,
I see everything coconut
Yeah.
when we're at Star City, and then it screws me up. Really good.
Oh, nice.
Really light. Cream ales tend to be kind of not syrupy, but
thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not quite as thick as a normal cream ale, huh?
Do you like coconut?
I'm not a coconut fan.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
It's weird. Pina coladas I can usually get away with. I love pineapple.
Yeah.
So like if the coconut is mild in a pina colada, then I can go for it. But I'm not a big fan of those.
I like their little glasses.
Okay. So it does have a coconut kit. I will say it smells more like coconut then I feel like I get the taste of it because you
And
get
then-
more flavors when you're.
And then at the end, you get the pineapple, I feel like.
Yeah, you do. You get a pineapple at the end.
So always watering the plants. I'm sorry, you guys. I am dog centric in my life, so I'm like, oh,
That's
look,
true.
it's so cute.
Plus, we had to move over to a window seat, so we were next to a plug to plug in our little mixer thing, and so now we have a nice window view, and we get to watch outside while we're drinking our beers, which actually turned out to be a very nice day. The sun's coming out.
Absolutely.
All right, so
You did the 2-wheel wheat, didn't you?
so actually the Feelin' Irie I did.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this one's a stout. Let's see where is it?
So it is a stout, foreign. I don't know what that means. 5.6% ABV, 30 IBU. Feelin' Irie is a tropical stout, a style made popular by breweries in Jamaica. Tropical stouts have a lighter body and more citrus notes than European stout styles, but still retain roasty notes. Feelin' Irie is fermented warm and hopped with Citra and what we think is pronounced Matuka stuff.
Yeah. I will say it is so I get the lighter, like it's got the lighter body to it. I can definitely tell that. I didn't really get the tropical, like any of the citrus, until about the third sip.
Yeah.
But it does have a little bit of that, but it's a solid stout. I mean, it's a nice like lighter stout that
Yeah.
very drinkable. I could do a pint of this. This would be good.
Nice.
I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 just because
Okay.
I do tend to like the more flavor in my stouts.
I forgot to do the colada. I would say the colada is 4.5 for me. 4.5, 5.
Yeah,
I
that was
I
good.
would pint it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I
That
might
was-
even howler it.
That was excellent. Yeah.
Let's see. 2 wheat. We don't have much to say about that, but you got it.
Yeah, I do.
2-wheel wheat is a wheat beer or a wit beer. 4.8% ABV, 22 IBU. It is a Belgian wheat unfiltered. It's very pale yellow. It's pretty though.
It is. I will say, I don't know if it's the unfiltered thing. So it's got a good flavor to it. And it might just be because I had a stout before it, but like the after flavor, I'm not a huge fan of like the after
Take
feel.
a drink of water and see what happens.
There we go. Yeah, I've got water. I can do that.
Sitting next to a succulent, and I'm thinking of all the ways I would kill it if I had it in my house.
Oh, I kill those dead.
They live on air.
Yep, I can still kill them. Nope, still there.
Okay.
Aftertaste. So it's got like just a little bit of a bitter aftertaste to it. But otherwise, the flavor of it and everything is really good. I do like with wheat beers, and this is a wheat beer, but I do tend to like it a little bit like heavier body. It's a little bit lighter.
So we are. This is very busy today. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're just gonna get Brandy drunk right off the bat.
Yep, that's true.
You're next. Not sorry.
No. Oh, the not sorry. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going through them, right? Not sorry.
So
this is the one that I've already drank half of because
There you
I.
So this is an American porter, 5.8% ABV, 18 IBU, peanut butter porter, an English porter with chocolate malt, lactose, hints of peanut. Note for nut allergies: real peanuts were harmed in the production of this beer.
Yes, they were, and you can taste them, and it is delicious. This
Is
is a
it?
5 out of 5 for me. Like it was the first one on the board that I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, we're definitely getting flights because I need one of those. But yeah, it's already down to like I only have like a quarter of it left because
Yeah.
I've been sipping on it. It's delicious.
Brandy
It's
was
just-
thirsty, and she
yeah.
was like, "I'm just gonna go
I'm just
after
gonna
this one, right?"
start, yeah.
And next on the list is Shot Rock.
Shot Rock. Oh my. Okay, we're just doing me all in a row. All right.
So Shot Rock is a dark lager, 5.4% ABV, 24 IBU. Shot Rock, named for our passion for curling, is a Czech-style dark lager, which is wonderfully complex, delivering notes of toffee and caramel, whatever, with a kiss of roasted malts and chocolate. Shot Rock won a gold medal at the 2022 Denver Beer Competition and 2022 Indiana Brewers Cup.
And I think it was well deserved.
Nice.
Yeah, this is definitely, I would say this one's a 5 out of 5 for me too. It's so I tried the Mexican dark lager when we were down at Lucky Star. I think I definitely prefer the Czech dark lager. It's got a really good flavor to it, and it's like the body is just medium. It's perfect. I could definitely do a couple of pints of this. You've got to try this one actually because that was yummy. Yeah, the roasted malts and chocolate, you get that. A little bit of the toffee. I can definitely taste that one.
I would do this.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's a really good, like, If you've ever wanted to try a dark lager because you didn't know what it was, come to Southern Ohio and get this thing because the Shot Rock is delicious.
Yeah, I mean it's very malt forward.
Yeah.
But we make up terms, by the way.
We
in case
do.
This
We
is
don't
the
know if
first time
these
you've
are
listened.
actual things.
But it's what comes to mind. I really should learn what all the things are on checked in or joint
Yeah.
hop. What's that thing?
We should do research, but that sounds like homework, and I'm kind of against
We
homework.
also have not been doing that. What's the thing where you check in your beers?
Oh, Ohio Untapped. I keep getting yelled at for not doing that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, at least you have recordings of what we've done.
that's true.
So 5 out of 5 for Brandy.
Yeah, that was really, really yummy.
We also not only did I tell our Dart team member about this being a PLS. Oh, so that's another really interesting thing about this is it is a Premier League soccer supporting brewery. So they open at 9:30 a.m. except for one day on the schedule for every PLS game that airs, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's not unusual for this area though, because Beaver Creek, actually most I think you're either very soccer oriented society or community, or you're a very football oriented community. And
Yeah.
this is a very soccer oriented community
Gotcha.
in general.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to be there's a beer inspired by curling.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Sorry, a stout.
No, I love that.
Lager.
That was really good though. That's excellent. All right. So
I've got the 818.
Okay.
Oh, they're both right in a row. So there we go.
All
And
right.
Very little about the one I'm doing after this, but whatever.
All right. So the 818 is a cream ale. It's 5% and 20 IBU, and it is a traditional American ale first brewed in the 1800s, which is light in color and body with a malt finish.
I like it.
Nice.
5.
Nice.
It is. There is no bitterness to it. And despite being a 20 IBU, there is
yeah.
no bitterness to it. There is.
So definitely better than the other cream ale that you tried.
It is. Yeah, it is everything they say it is. It is light. I think I like it better than Carolines.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
think I like it better than Warped Wings.
Wow. Nice. Your husband did mention we should have brought a cooler to put in the car so we could have taken home some beers, and we probably should have.
He thinks of everything. We probably should have just had him dragging us along for things.
That's true.
So he, tell you the kind of guy my husband is. We've extolled his virtues endlessly. However, we went to, so my niece and her friend stayed at my house when we went to the Time Warp prom. And I made sure, because I feel like there's nothing worse than being in somebody's house. And even though she has full refrigerator rights in our house,
Yeah.
there's nothing worse than being at somebody's place and then being snacky or thirsty or, anything else. So I had prepared the room for them.
Yeah.
So I got them an assortment of granola and snack bars and put in the
Nice.
room, and bottles of water and their towels. And I got spare toothbrushes and toothpaste for them because they're 21 and they don't
Such
remember
the
to bring
hostess
shit
with the
with them.
mostest.
So we got them all set up. However, my husband comes to pick our drunk asses up,
Oh, yeah.
and he has a 5-gallon bucket in the back.
Just
He
in
has
case.
put water bottles in all of the cup holders.
He was like the best Uber driver ever.
And he let us scream Lizzo at the top of our lungs.
Yeah, we got full control of the radio on the way
Just
back.
4 drunk white girls screaming, "Why, man, great Dilly."
Yep.
So yeah, he thinks of everything. He really does.
I will say he puts up. I'm not around a ton when he's with us besides darts, but I feel like he does put up with a lot, and he takes it very gracefully.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys have definitely been around a couple of times when I've been I don't get white girl wasted very much at all.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
even drink that much, which is odd considering the type of show
We
that
save our drinking for the. Well,
Damn,
I don't. You
that
do.
vehicle did not park well. I want to know, out of all the spaces to pick from, I feel ADHD moment. I
Yeah.
feel like picking a parking space is like picking a toilet stall.
Oh, no,
you
it
put
is.
one between you if you can.
Right.
You don't go to the middle,
Yeah.
and you put one between you.
Well, here's the thing, though. Also, so after getting my new car, I also started doing things where, at the grocery store, you park further out because the first time I parked in the
Some asshole that always
yeah.
parks next to you.
Yeah, well, that and some dickhead hit my car while I was in shopping, and so thankfully not terribly, but I have a little dent with some red paint on it on the lower.
Well, you can buff the paint part off.
Right, and the dent is it's minor, but I'm also thinking of trying that TikTok thing with the boiling water. I will say, when you go to park,
Yeah.
if you're going to park next to somebody, though, like I will park next to a very nice car because I know that they will be very careful getting in and out
This
of the
is
car and they
true.
will not want to hurt their own car.
This is true.
Yeah.
I never end up parking next to really nice cars because there aren't a lot in our area. I will say that I have seen this spring and summer at least 3 different Ferraris in our
Oh.
area.
Interesting.
And I don't know where they came from.
Did they have a
But-
sale?
I mean, I know where they came from, but
There was a clearance. It was a flash sale.
there you go. Absolutely. Because I was like, no, maybe it was a Porsche. I was like, no. And so my husband pulls up the emblems because I wasn't close enough.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a difference between a Porsche and a Ferrari emblem.
Yeah.
And so he pulls up Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, and I was
Right.
like, definitely not a Lamborghini. Definitely, like I actually
Yeah.
would recognize the Lamborghini, I think. So yeah, I'm like, what? If you guys know anything about our area, and it's not like it's near the Dayton Mall, it's in West Carrollton, it's
Yeah.
near Miamisburg.
Yeah.
The fuck has Ferraris in
Right.
our area? This area,
Yeah.
absolutely would
Yeah,
expect
sure.
it. Centerville,
Yeah.
Springboro,
Absolutely.
Ferraris living out there. Maybe they're
Right.
just slumming it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they came down the road from what is that, Alex Bell? I feel like there's some nice ass houses down that direction.
Yeah, down that direction. Yeah, I see those houses, and I'm like, not enough land.
Yeah.
Worse, like 3 acres, but it's all in front of the house,
Right.
and you can't fence the front yards.
And it's all like hills that go down into
Yeah.
a river, not a river, but a creek.
yeah, the creek is
Yeah.
back. let us display our Southern Ohioness cricks.
It's a creek.
It's a crick. Oh my goodness.
Oh, here goes the boxer again. Lap number 2.
Oh my goodness, it's a beautiful day in Ohio. It's
It
kind of
really
overcast, but it's
is.
nice and cool, and it's been hella hot lately.
All right.
So I got the spiked.
You got the spiked, which is the hard seltzer. It's 5% ABV. It just says rotating selection of fruit-based hard seltzers.
Tropical.
Oh, so this one's a tropical spiked. Ooh. It does have a nice peachy, like...
Smells a little guava. I'm very excited.
Ooh, guava's lovely. But
I
yeah,
would
it's
have you
good.
smell it, but your nose doesn't work.
No, it does not. And it has a nice peachy color to it. Good. That's a good
6 out of 5.
Yeah.
Even on top of the cream ale, which while this is one of the smoothest cream ales I've ever had and lightest, there's still a slight bit of bitterness to it, but or to a cream ale. But
Yeah. But seltzers, you get no bitterness and you just get a lovely tropical.
yeah, I'm absolutely going to let you have the end of this.
Okay.
So
No, that's
but, man,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
That's
I
excellent.
would. It's a little higher ABV than the Blue Talon.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, but
Not much. I do enjoy, you know what, looking through their beer list, though, I do enjoy that they have a ton of beers that are in the 4.8 to like 5.5 range.
yes.
Because I feel like that's important because
Because there's
When
nothing
you're-
worse than going to. So we're going to go to the Barrel House at some point after the summer series.
Yeah.
And I will pick a beer based on name. Also, for some reason, my brain does not retain the fact that Imperial or Tripel means
it's
either of those two
kick
mean
your
like
ass.
over 9%.
Yeah.
And I will 100% always grab one of those, either for my husband or for myself.
Yeah.
And it's usually when one of us has to be the driver, and I'm like, ah, man, I fucked this up. All right, I'm the driver.
Yep.
Say it with me. I'm the driver.
I will say I tend to look very carefully at that when I'm ordering beer, only because I do like stouts so much, and I feel like a lot of those beers tend to be the heavier, like darker beers.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm looking at the beer list and I'll see one that I like, I immediately look for the like percentage because I'm like, all right, am I getting an Uber or do I need to call somebody to drive my ass home? Because it's like I've been to Barrel House before where I've done that, where I've looked and gone, oh, that sounds really yummy, and it was like 11%, and I'm like, I don't know if I've got that in me.
It is difficult. So you went to Cousins Weekend.
I
which was
did.
Like I feel like is Cousins Weekend something that always happens, or was this happening because of the graduation?
So Cousins Weekend was something we actually came up with when we all got together during Christmas. We decided, it would be really fun to get all the cousins together and have a Cousins Weekend. So we were planning on doing a Cousins Weekend. And then my oldest cousin, her oldest son, graduated from high school this year. So his graduation party came up. And so then we were like, okay, well, the whole family's going to get together for the graduation party. So we're just going to combine Cousins Weekend with the family weekend, whatever. So, so we made it a longer weekend than just going up for the graduation party is kind of what it turned into. So it was something I think we all just came up with that we wanted to start doing because we're getting older. And, you know, when you get older as cousins, like when you're young, you get together by default because the parents are getting together for events.
Right.
So as adults now, we have to take it upon ourselves to actually schedule things to get together. Otherwise, we're not just going to accidentally like run into each other while we're on family trips.
This is true.
So we decided we wanted to start doing that. Cousins weekend was fun. Had the graduation party. I had a couple of, we had some board games. We had a couple of different rooms. The rooms did not turn out how we thought they were. Me and my sister and her 2 kids originally were going. We knew that. Her significant other, my significant other, we were unsure of. And then also my dad, we were unsure if he was coming. So when we booked rooms, we got what we thought was 2 rooms that were connecting, but like we booked it all in one. So we thought there was 2 queens and a bathroom and then a king in a bathroom that had a connecting door. Well, it turns out we booked a 2-bedroom suite that is not that. It was actually a bathroom, king-size bed in one room, and then there's just a door that goes to a room with 2 queen-size beds in them. So 1 bathroom. We didn't find that out until we got to the hotel. And by the time we got to the hotel, we had determined my significant other was not coming. Hers was, but only for like 1 night. And then my dad was coming and staying the whole time. So there was also a couch in the king size room that pulled out to a bed. Awful, horrible. We pulled it out. It was like atrocious. I was like, the couch is more comfortable. I had a Shea lounge on it. The Shea lounge was very comfy, but we got in there. And so like her and her husband and the 2 kids are in with the 2 queen beds. My dad gets the king size bed. I'm like, I'm on the couch. My mom was also in town
for this.
Well, I didn't end up paying for it.
Oh, that's good.
Because my sister is a lovely human being and was like, you're poor. Here, I'll buy these.
Does she listen?
I don't know if she does. No, I don't think so. But
between her sister and her mother, those are where the hand-me-downs come from because her sister's like, I'm going to throw this car away in a year.
Yeah.
I respect her.
Yeah. I will say Brooke's usually a little bit more frugal, but I do get a lot of my hand-me-down. When it comes to me, Brooke tends to mom me a bit, which sometimes I don't mind. But so thankfully my cousin, one of my cousins that was staying in the hotel, her husband ended up not coming with her. So she had a room with 2 queen size beds. So I went and stayed with her for 2 nights. So I actually had a bed to myself, which was lovely. And that worked out because her room kind of became the gathering place since she was by herself. And we were on the 1st floor. She was on the 2nd. My other cousins were on the 3rd floor. So we all kind of used her room as a gathering point. And we played some board games and things and had some good conversations. I stayed up with my one cousin until like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 nights in a row, like just chatting.
Nice.
While my other cousin like went to bed and was sleeping in her bed like 2 feet away.
Well, I mean, I'm just not, my family is so spread out. And I don't mean like anywhere close. So we have my dad's side of the family. Most of the cousins are in the area, but there's such a disparity in our ages.
Yeah.
There's no, I don't know. There's no reason why the 20, 21 or 22, 23 or 22, 25-year-old, I think.
Yeah.
They don't listen. They don't care. They're not going to want to hang out. And then on my mom's side, and oh my God, she's not a baby. But anyway, there's no reason that they want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
And then my oldest cousin, he's like 6 years older than I am. So we chit chat.
Yeah.
But we don't like hang out. And then everybody else is in Tennessee or Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm good. Oh, one of my cousins I wouldn't talk to if she like showed up at my doorstep. I'd hide.
Right. Well, that's the thing.
As not on my mom's side.
Oh, this actually is a funny thing. So my dad's side of the family, this was his side, all the cousins. And we're like my youngest, there's only 5 of us. The youngest is like 2 years younger than me. And then my sister is 2 years older than me. And then my next cousin is 10 years older than me. And her sister's like 2 years older than her. So so those 2 sisters are like me and Brooke. We're like, 2 years apart. And but the funny part is that we were there for cousins weekend and my mom had come up too because she, used to be part of the family. And even though my parents are divorced now, she's still like my oldest cousin.
It wasn't a bad divorce.
No, it wasn't.
It didn't end up being bad.
No, it didn't end up being bad. And my oldest cousin has lived up in Northeast Ohio and my mom was around her for a very long time. And like she helped her buy houses because my mom was a real estate agent and stuff. So, so they were close. So she got invited to the whole thing. And, but it was funny because while we were in town, my cousins on my mom's side, I've never been close with. Like, I hadn't seen them in 30 years. I went to the wedding in Nashville last year.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd seen them in like forever. So one of them.
Yeehaw for the
Yeah.
wedding in Nashville.
Well,
Do not do a themed wedding. That's just horrible for
yeah,
people.
don't do that. But my cousin who got married in September, he ended up being in town last weekend, the same town where we were.
Oh, nice.
Which is random because we were all like visiting from out of town. But he texted my mom and was like, "Hey, I'm in town. Are you going to be around? I want to see you guys." So we ended up Sunday night meeting him at a bar and just having a couple of drinks. I did a couple of shots with him, and my mom was like, "This is why your stomach's upset." And I was like, "I mean, maybe." But
also, all of you are here.
yeah. I always have like massive like things happen whenever I have family gatherings. I get cold sores, I get shingles, it's just a thing.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, so it was good. It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you were doing a lot up there too.
Yeah.
So.
There was lots of activity. Well, with the kids there, so funniest part of the whole thing, and I don't know if she wants me to share this or not, but I don't care because all right. Have you ever been just sitting in dead silence around other people and just started dying laughing, like out loud?
Because it's so uncomfortable.
Because it's just so like absurd or uncomfortable or like literally anything. On Monday morning, my sister's husband was leaving and he was taking her oldest, who's 5 years old, with them. Well, apparently the 5-year-old is having trouble going to the bathroom. And so I get down to the room and the 5-year-old's in the bathroom trying to go to the bathroom. And my sister's there, my dad's there, her husband's there, I'm there. And I would say a good 20, 30 minutes after he's still been in the bathroom. And like at this point, we've had crying, we've had screaming, we've had like my sister going in to take him like,
oh, like is
to try
this
and
a
prop his legs
situation
up.
like you have to? Oh,
He needed to go poop, but he couldn't poop.
Aw.
I know, and I felt terrible, and like and then
You're like stand on the toilet.
well,
and squat.
right, yeah. So she's in there trying to help him or whatever, and going in and out as she needs to or whatever, and like we're all sitting there, and her husband's like visibly like frustrated because he was wanting to get on the road early, and now he's trying to wait for him to go to the bathroom. And I look over, my dad's laying on the king size bed playing like games on his iPad. My sister's husband's just sitting on the couch with his arms crossed, like looking at his phone. My sister's sitting on the Shea Lounge, just looking at her phone. And I'm sitting in the computer chair at the little desk sitting there playing on my phone. And I just looked up and I just started dying laughing. Like I was just laughing and I couldn't control it, like pee your pants laughing. And my sister looks at me and goes, "What is wrong with you?" And I said, "This is life. There are literally 4 grown-ass adults sitting in a hotel room waiting for a 5-year-old to poop, and we've been sitting like this for the better part of 20 minutes." And the 5-year-old's in there singing to himself now. There was crying and screaming earlier. Now he's just singing a song.
I love it.
I was like, this is just the most hilarious shit I could ever be a part of.
Aw.
I know. I felt bad for the kid, but then, I was just like, nobody
You
can.
Miralax those kids when you're traveling.
Yeah, we're like in a holding pattern until poops.
Oh my goodness. Well,
so-
we are going to 4 places today.
Yes. So we're going to get on our way to the next joint. And where are we headed next?
We are headed to the We're going to wander over to the Wandering Griffin.
Nice. A wander we will go.
I think we're going to grab something to eat that is not Chex Mix.
Yep.
And we will catch up with you guys there.
All right.
All right, we have made it to the Wandering Griffin. The Wandering Griffin is also in Beavercreek. It's over close to Wright State. Our brewery and pub is a local fixture, offering exceptional house brewed craft beers and pub fare in an expansive space with a huge outdoor patio, located next to the Home Depot in case you need to, do some stuff afterwards.
I mean, I'm always in for a Home Depot trip.
And across from Wright State University, it is in an old Quaker Steak and Lube building.
Yes, I remember when the Quaker Steak and Lube used to be here.
Right?
Actually, we're in my dad's neighborhood. So, yeah, I remember when that used to be here.
So they brew all of their own beers. The only thing they do not brew are the seltzers and the ciders.
Yes.
So
And they do have a selection of, I will say a very small selection of other beers on draft.
Yes. So it is, they have a really good selection and really good food too. So I'll have some pictures of that.
If I don't eat it first.
So I already took pictures of yours.
Okay, good.
So I'm going to jump right in. I have the cartoons and cereal bowls.
Yes, which is I saw this after I ordered. It's a lager. It's a Munich Dunkel. It's cartoons and cereal bowls / cinnamon toast crunch. So it is, let's see here. It says it's 5.2% ABV. It says we're putting nostalgia on tap with this series. The beer is meant to take your taste buds back to your childhood when you sat on the couch with a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch while you watch Saturday morning cartoons brewed with copious amounts of magical cinnadust.
Oh, yes. Magical.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. I will say after I said, oh, at the bar after we ordered, you had walked away and she was like, do you want a little sample? And I was like, yes, I do. And she gave me a little tiny thimble cup full of it and it was yummy.
Oh my gosh. Like it's not cinnamon. It is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
In your nose and in your mouth. It's
you get
fantastic.
the whole flavor.
And it's crisp.
Yeah. I did notice that. It wasn't like an overwhelming, like sugary, like dessert drink either. Like it's
and it
drinkable.
Just lingers. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So that one's a winner.
Yeah. 5 out of 5 for me.
Nice. I'm going to go ahead down to, let's see here. I don't
As we scroll past the IPAs
we're
that we're just
scrolling
not
past
going
the
to
IPAs.
torture you guys
I
with
think
anymore.
Check 6 is the next one maybe that somebody has had at the table. Check 6.
Which one's that? Check 6?
So that is one that I got. It is a Pilsner.
So the Czech 6 style Pilsner toasted biscuit bready malt, 4.5% ABV. When a military aviator says Czech 6, she's communicating. Oh, look at that. She's communicating.
I love that they put a she.
To another pilot to check his most vulnerable position, their rear. We've got your back with our Bohemian Czech style Pilsner made from 100% Czech Pilsner malt and Saaz hops. This style originated in 1842 with Pilsner, originally indicating an appellation in the Czech Republic. Slightly sweet with a toasted biscuit-like bready malt character, similar to a German Pils, but with more golden and not as crisp.
All right, I get the bready malt. I will say it's got good flavor to it. However, it's got a little bit too much hops for me. A little too hoppy. A little too hoppy. Yeah, it's just it's just a touch on the super, well, not super hoppy, I guess. That's a bad description, but it's it definitely has more hops than I would like in my beer to drink on a regular, just to have a whole pint.
I can see that.
And also, I think I got it because it said Czech in the last place we were at, Southern Ohio, that it was their Czech dark lager. I just loved.
That makes sense.
So I was like, oh, Czech, yes, all right, let's try that. So I'm not as in love with this one. It's got good flavor though. So
awesome. I then next on the list is the Maybach Imperial Pilsner.
ooh, all right, that one's a 6.5 ABV. It's a Bach Hell. It literally just says Hell, not Hells or Hellas. It just says Hell. Bach beers have
By the way, we just learned it was Hellas.
Yes, we did in the car ride. Bach beers have traditionally been brewed for special occasions, aka this time let's really get effed up. This traditional German classic stands alone, brewed specifically for the spring season. It symbolizes a return to the outdoors, summer sports, and festivals. This year we aged our Maybach on French oak for subtle notes of vanilla, light caramel, and honey biscuits.
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would say probably more of a 4 for me,
Okay.
but I could drink it. I mean, it could be like if they got rid of their cereal.
Yeah, that's true.
It could definitely. Actually, you know what? The cereal might be a little much to have more than a pint or two of.
Yeah, I could see that.
But, if you're going to go out drinking, this one would be a good thing. I'm trying to find vanilla, light caramel, and honey biscuits. I will say that there is not an overwhelming scent to it.
Oh, okay. I forgot to rate my Czech. I would say 3. So that's where I am. But the fact that you like the Imperial Pilsner, it's an Imperial Pilsner.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
It's solid.
But for 6.5, I feel like Imperials are usually a lot higher than that. So that's nice.
Yeah. I mean, the one that I used to like to drink at Star City is like 7 something. The
I think
farmhouse.
it's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on
7.5.
how it turns out.
Yeah, depending on the brew, you never know.
I enjoy that.
I feel like, did any of us get the Dunkel Lager?
I got the Dunkel.
All right.
Here we go.
So Dunkel Lager, it's notes of chocolate, bread crust, and caramel. It says 5.2 ABV. It says our German-style brown lager is incredibly smooth and packed with rich malt flavors of caramel, chocolate, and toasted bread crust with low bitterness from imported German malts and hops. It's an easy drinker that's sure to please any beer connoisseur.
It is a multi-scent, but
Okay.
not overwhelming.
That's good. It's a darker flavor, or darker, not flavor, darker.
It is not
Color.
as red as an Irish red, but
Yeah.
it is.
It's very, yeah,
It's amber-y.
yeah, it is.
It's probably one of the best dunkels I've had.
Nice.
Other than there's a commercial line that has a chocolate dunkel,
Oh,
like a 100% chocolate dunkel by Leinenkugel that you can only get at Christmas.
oh, that sounds yummy.
But this is solid, not bitter at all.
Very nice.
I really do get a little more chocolate.
Okay.
But like it's just a hint of everything, not like one thing more overwhelming than the other.
All right.
And you get the caramel on the back.
Oh, well, caramel is always a good thing to have. All right.
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen. I've got that one. It's the White Griffin.
All right, the White Griffin Hefeweizen wheat beer, 4.4 ABV. Our White Griffin Weiss, whatever, beer is made with 50% wheat with added oats to create a silky, creamy texture and a big, beautiful, long-lasting head on your beer. Wheat imparts a bready, bright, lemony character to go with the balanced banana and clove, even vanilla or bubblegum, and the aroma and flavor. These flavor compounds are created by Bavarian yeast strain used to ferment the White Griffin. The refreshing, low alcohol, high carbonation qualities of this bearing of this bearing, along with its eye-catching mystique, make this a favorite of beer nerds and newbies alike. Are you in love?
I would almost talked into my beer instead of the microphone.
We're not drunk yet.
I'm already halfway done with it. I literally want to fill up a bathtub with this and just like bathe in it.
Mm.
It's immediately like when you first smell it, you just get like a strong hit of banana, which my nose doesn't work. So you know that you got a strong flavor of banana there.
Yeah.
And then when you taste it, it is like, this is a Hefeweizen. This is the thing I look for when people say they have a wheat beer. I'm like, this is what I want to drink. I could drink this
Awesome.
all day, every day. Like just, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, King's Table, we're
I'm
going to need you to put this on it. They
Yeah.
don't listen. Nobody there cares.
Yeah. I want to replace water with this. Oh, and the carbonation, they did say extra carbonate. Yeah, it is very carbonated, which I love. So
Oh my goodness. Let's
5
see.
out of 5, 6 out of 5. I'm giving that one a 6 out of 5.
Awesome. I think we both got the Blue Rose.
Yes, we did. It's a Blue Rose wit beer with orange and spices. It's a wheat beer. It's a 4.7%. And it's a Belgian style wit beer with orange, a beer you can jam with all day. It says Winterland lives on.
I feel like, having smelled it, I feel like the jam might even be a play on words, like that this is almost jammy. That's what it smells like.
Oh, it does smell jammy. Orange and spices. I definitely get some spice on the back end.
I get the spice. I'm trying to get the orange, but I also was just drinking that dunkel.
I feel I get the orange on the back of my tongue. Spices I get on the tip of my tongue, and then the orange I get on the back of my tongue.
It's not my favorite.
No, it's very floral.
Yes.
It's floral with the orange and spices.
It's like
and I
more
feel
of an orange blossom than a...
yeah, when you get orange and spices, I was expecting more citrus, but it's way more floral.
You're expecting something more like a Christmas stocking, like
Yeah.
an orange with cloves stuck in it.
I'm drinking a wheat flour.
I would say 3.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm going with 3.5 sounds good because it's a decent beer. It's good, but like I don't know that I could have a whole pint of that just because of the floralness of it. But if you like floral flavors and things like that, then that's definitely a home run.
Awesome. What do we have next? Oh, right underneath that we
Is-
have the raspberry
Yep.
fruit beer. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It's the raspberry. I can't do it. Wait a minute. Beer
There you go.
with raspberries and hibiscus, 7.3 ABV.
Oh.
Brandy did not read that.
I did not.
This beer blows up with 250 pounds of raspberries and some hibiscus flower thrown in for added hilarity. Fruity yet tart and dangerously crushable. It will have you blowing a raspberry at those annoying friends. What's that mean? It's a mild taunting gesture that tends to signify immaturity in user. You just heard me do it. Done by if you don't know how to do a raspberry, I just don't even want to talk to you. What's the correct way to order this beer? Simply say I'll have a and don't forget to put your thumbs in your ears. Like nanny. My God.
This one's also a 5 out of 5.
This is the funniest description I've ever heard.
Well, and it's funny because when I went to order it, I was like, and I'll have a raspberry, and she goes, whatever. And I was like, So I think she might either be tired of getting spit on or people trying to pronounce something that does not make sense that's on the board.
Turn your head away from people when you.
Yeah, don't spit on people if you do that.
It's rude.
It is delicious. Like the raspberry is totally right there, front and center. It does not taste like 7.3% when they say like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna drink 3 of these and be knocked on your ass and not even know it because it's so delicious. It's just like you're drinking like, I don't want to say fruit punch because it doesn't taste like fruit punch, but yeah, it's like a raspberry lemonade kind of a like you could just sit here and drink these all day in the sun and totally get wasted.
Nice. Did you try your mac and brisket?
I did, and
How
I'm
was
gonna
it?
need to eat all of that in order to not get drunk off of all of these. So I got mac and cheese with brisket on top. And it's delicious. It's like white creamy sauce on the mac and cheese with cavatappi noodles, which are my favorite kind of noodle.
Nice.
And then they just put a honkin' bunch of brisket on top of it, and it's delicious.
Awesome. I just kind of nibbled at my pork and tots. Solid. Crispy tots. Love a crispy tot. If you undercook it.
I will say also the interesting thing here is we commented on everybody's like flights and things like that they give. So you just have a paddleboard here, but their little flights are actually like little beakers that you use in the lab. They're adorable, and they have like the 150 milliliters on them, all the measurements. It's very cute.
I love it. Plus or minus 5%.
Right.
My husband got the Cuban and he gives it a 2 thumbs up.
I was going to say he finished that shit before we even got done.
Their food is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
My brother-in-law said that their fish tacos, Baja fish tacos, top 5 fish tacos he's ever had. And that's saying something because his ass flies around everywhere. We sound like we're rushing. It's because we are. The Wandering Griffin is one of the most accommodating places we've been, although all of the places have been nice.
Oh, yes.
But they let us go into a separate area from the bar, and private class is going to start. So we're trying to wrap up and move on before they.
But I do want to mention one other thing too, because when we went to leave Southern Ohio Brewing, one of the gentlemen that either owns or works there, I'm not sure. I didn't get more information because I'm a terrible human being. But he came out and chatted with us a little bit, and then he offered us a sample of another beer that they had on draft as well. That was a hazy IPA or a New England IPA. Mm-hmm. Because I told him I didn't like IPAs, and so he was like, "But try this one."
It is something sock.
Something socks.
Missing sock? Lost sock?
Lost
Go
sock?
ahead. I'll look it up.
But yeah, so he came out and poured us a sample of that so we could try that, just so we could try an IPA, because he was like, people who don't like them, I like to try and give them to try things they don't normally have. And I will say it was very well balanced, had great flavor to it, and the hops were not overwhelming. So if you're looking to try an IPA, I would recommend it. It was actually pretty good.
So it is called Sock Thief. It is a New England IPA, 6.1%, 60 IBU, and it did not feel like a 60
No, it
IBU.
did not. It had a little hops to it, but it was not overwhelming at all.
It features an experimental hop, HBC 586. I was like, that's like House Bill. Citra and Simcoe. The HBC 586 delivers notes of pineapple that blend seamlessly with the citrus and grapefruit to produce an IPA that screams summer. It is very tropical.
It was. It was very delicious. I
They
like the
kind
flavor.
of have a theme,
Yeah.
since they have rotating brews. There was a very tropical theme on like a lot of their boards. So solid. It was for non-IPA people. You know how we feel about it by now.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we are going to catch up with you
Eudora, I think, is next.
at Eudora.
Yep.
So Eudora is one of my favorite places. Pretty noisy, so we might have to record at the fourth
Next place. Yeah.
So we will catch up with you then. Don't mean to rush along, but we got to eat and go.
Yep. Did I record at the last place? Yeah, I did. Never mind.
Yeah, that's that 7.5% kicking
Yeah,
in.
it is. That was a hefty raspberry, but it was delicious. So
Was.
good.
So we've made our way to Eudora Brewing Company. It is in Kettering, Ohio. It is across from what used to be the site of one of the most fantastic Thai restaurants.
Oh yeah, now it's a Jimmy John's.
Yeah. Screw Jimmy John's and that piece of shit that game hunts. Anyway, screw Jimmy John.
Yeah.
So in January of 2019, Eudora Brewing Company opened its new space in a former Pep Boys mechanic shop, which is fantastic. That made the garage door theme makes sense. Their
Yeah.
garage doors, well, a couple of them go all the way up, but then
Yeah.
also they have these windows. I did not take a picture of this view. I will go back and do that. So they opened up in a former Pep Boys mechanic shop. The building feels like it was designed to house a tap room with high ceilings and plenty of room for tables, couches, and arcade games, as well as bay doors that open onto a roomy patio. So it is fantastic. They do have a kitchen. I don't think they're open on Sundays.
The patio is currently full of more children than adults, I will say.
Yes.
Lots of picnic tables.
One of the breweries that is family friendly.
It is family friendly, and that's good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there's just
It just is what it is.
We're sitting at windows, and I'm looking out onto a lot of children.
So I do know that they participate in a lot of charity events because I've actually done charity dog washes here before.
Oh, nice.
It's hot, but like they let us take over this one area with a bunch of tents, and then we wash dogs.
I mean, hey,
And
dogs
then
need
we
wash.
would wash cars over there. I'm not so much interested in doing that part because it's fucking hot.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. It's roomy, tons of space.
Tons of space. And they have big couches, too, at one end with a fireplace thing that they can turn on. So in the winter, it's got a nice, cozy feel to it.
And they also do something called a clean water initiative. So they brew goodness is a phrase that we toss around a lot, but what does it mean? It's based on a philosophy instilled in our founder's heart since the day he was born. Our world stretches far beyond your own backyard, and we should always do what we can to help others. So an average brew house uses approximately 7 gallons of water to produce 1 gallon of beer. Multiply that by 15,000 gallons a year, and you've got a lot of water. Meanwhile, 785 million people across the globe lack access to safe, clean drinking water. So they help give back in that way. Over the years, the charity Water has funded over 64,000 projects across 29 countries. You can go to their website to learn about that. They accept donations, but they are serving people in like Malawi, Ethiopia, Uganda, Mali, Kenya, and Cambodia. But there are tons more. So I'm going to put a picture up of their map. Stop yawning. We
Sorry.
have one more place to go.
I know. It's that time of the day. I haven't had any caffeine today because I'm cutting back on caffeine. So, yeah.
I'll leave it up to you whether you want to tell that or not.
Yeah.
But so the tap room is huge. There's a kitchen, beer list. They do private events and fundraisers. But we're here for the beer.
We are, and we got lots of it because they have flights that you can either get 3 or 6. And I feel like I was going to get 3, and Mindy was like, ooh, I feel like you'd like this one and this one. And I was like, yeah, and then I thought a third one, and then I was like, oh, now I see a 4th one, and then I was like, oh, I'm just getting a 6. We're not driving.
Now I'm taking pictures that I forgot to take before.
And they're little teardrops, and they're very super cute.
And we got water. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
water is a theme.
Yeah, so they have a little bottle filler water thing that with cups.
But
that
these
you
are
can
also
go-
water drops.
Oh, they're water drops.
Yeah, they're
How
not
cute is
teardrops. They're
that?
water droplets.
They are. Well, teardrops, a water drop.
So we are going to do what we have been doing, which is we are heading to the tasting list that we have.
Yes.
And I am doing the Sundowner.
Nice. All right. The Sundowner is a blonde ale. It's an ABV of 5.5%. IBU is 17. It has SRM on here of 3. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to just lightly skip over that. It's a light, crisp, and refreshing, but not lacking in flavor like your typical light beer. Sundowner is best enjoyed while watching the sun go down, perhaps with a group of close friends or family members. What do we think?
It's a blonde I would enjoy.
Yeah.
Again, it's always got these blondes have just a tiny bit of hop that I never expect, but
Yeah.
it's not overwhelming.
Right. It's just that aftertaste kind of a thing.
Probably would have been really good cold, but it is kind of heavy, like a golden,
Yeah.
like a Pilsner, yeah.
Okay.
I would do a 3.5.
Okay.
I'm not sure I could drink a pint if I needed to.
Right, but you know, it's not your first choice.
Wouldn't be my favorite. Actually, one of my go-tos is my next one, but we'll get there when we
All
get
right.
there. You are doing the Maniac.
I am. Let's see. That's number 2. It's got a very nice color.
Oh, it is pretty. It's a nice, pretty pink. It's a tart cherry ale, ABV of 6.4%, IBU 5. Maniac is a kettle sour ale fermented with, I saw your face out of the corner of my eye, fermented with over 300 pounds of real cherry puree, per batch. It's sure to please beer lovers and non-beer lovers alike. Before you try it, you may want to tell your taste buds to hang on tight. They're in for a wild ride. Now, you did do a sour cherry or a tart cherry
Yes.
At the Lucky Star?
I think so. So that was a sour cherry. This is a tart cherry. Now, I will say we had this discussion when we were there. How
But it's a
there's-
kettle sour.
Yeah. Well, so there's a difference between tart and sour. And I will say they labeled this one correctly. It is a tart cherry ale. This is a tart cherry ale.
Did it
It's
make
delicious.
you pucker? I saw it,
It
made you
me
like
pucker.
squeeze.
It reminded me a bit of like a warhead when you first pop it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like when you're not expecting it, like you pop one in and you're like, oh, and your whole mouth just sucks in. Like it does that. It's delicious. I will say it's got a good flavor to it. It's if you like tart cherry flavor, this is for you. If you do not, don't do it because your mouth will hate you.
So is it like a really low bitterness or?
Yeah, no bitterness whatsoever. You just get that straight up tart flavor, and you get the tart, and then you get this wonderful cherry flavor. And it's not cough medicine cherry; it's like a really nice deep cherry flavor to it. So I really enjoy it. But you're right, I did make the face because as soon as I did it, I was like, "Ooh, yeah, that's pucker worthy."
So we're gonna put some space in between that and your Tahitian Tryst tropical
Yeah.
sour.
Mhm.
What do I have? I have.
The Cheval, did you get that one? No,
I did not. I have tree beer.
beer.
Neither of us got that. I can't imagine rye pale ale being my thing.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, you got
either.
the Thunderball.
Oh, well. Do you want to do the Tahitian Tryst next?
Do you want to do the Tahitian Tryst next?
No, let's do the oatmeal stout. All right,
Okay.
Thunderball.
So Thunderball is an oatmeal stout, ABV of 7%. Brandy's going to be the one with the hiccups by the end of the day.
Yep.
SRM 35. We'll look that up later. IBU 33. Dark and roasty with notes of coffee and dark chocolate. First brewed during a thunderstorm in a dimly lit Kettering garage.
Excellent flavor.
Yeah?
Yeah, good body to it. Solid oatmeal stout. Like I said previously, I like having stouts with a little bit more. Like I like the flavored ones, not just the plain. But for an oatmeal stout, like it's got a decent, like it's definitely got that oatmeal-y kind of like malty. It's got a good flavor to it, good body to it, good mouthfeel.
Nice.
Yeah, it's excellent. I would say I'd give it like a 4.5.
Good, good, good.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm tired.
All right.
It's getting late.
It is. Ooh. Oh.
Is it a color?
Is
it
a beer color scale.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Standard research method number scale for beer color.
So the higher the SRM, the darker the beer is, basically.
Nice. We should take my husband everywhere.
We really should. I mean, he's very helpful. Thank you.
So I picked one that is my go-to when I'm here. It is called the Mother Fuggle.
Okay.
It's also just fun to say Mother Fuggle.
Motherfuggle. It's a hybrid brown ale. It's got an ABV of 6%. Its SRM is 27, so it's a little bit on the darker. IBU of 28, so it's rich and chocolatey with notes of dark caramel, coffee, and roasted nuts. Motherfuggle uses 100% English Fuggle hops and is a hybrid of the traditional English-style brown ale and the more modern American-style brown ale.
So it's not something, if you tasted it, that you would be like, I can't believe you would not think that this is something that I do. It's it's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, okay.
Which I kind of like. I don't get a lot of chocolate from it, but I definitely get the coffee, the caramel, the roasted nuts. It's thick. You can't see through it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is thicker.
I really enjoy it though. Like it's very ambery. It's pretty. It's creamy
Oh, okay.
without lactose in it.
So like a creamy brown ale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Very
It's
lovely.
smooth. It's only a tiny bit bitter. Like it's not much. I feel like the IBU thing lies to you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it depends on what other flavors are in there because like that IPA that we tried earlier, like the IBU was 60, but it didn't taste like a 60 to me
Right.
because it definitely had more citrus to it.
My goodness. Do you want to go back to your Tahitian Tryst?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right. So, in a quest to abuse herself, Brandy is drinking the Tahitian Tryst, not Twist, Tahitian Tryst. It is a tropical sour ale. It is ABV of 6.18%. That's very precise. SRM 3, so you can see through it. It's pretty, but it's not Budweiser clear. It is a lightly tart, tropical fruit forward sour ale with mango, passion fruit, and guava. Do you get guava?
I do. I love the flavor.
Nice.
The tropical flavors definitely come through. And I will say this is a really good, like, if you want to come and taste the difference between a tart and a sour beer, come and get the Tahitian Trist and the tart cherry and taste them side by side, because this is a sour.
Nice.
The cherry was definitely tart, whereas this one is definitely more of a sour. It doesn't make your mouth pucker and stuff like that, but it does have that sour flavor to it. But it's delicious. It's got the great tropical notes to it. It's got actually, like, it is a lighter beer, but it actually has a little bit heavier body to it than I was expecting.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
yeah.
a cream ale.
It is. It's a little creamier, I feel like, when you're drinking it. So, but it's
Nice.
really yummy.
It looks pretty. Oh my goodness. So in between doing all of this, we started, you guys know darts is a thing for us. So we're in
Yes.
the middle of our summer season. We are number 1.
Yeah.
Hoping that lasts. We actually have one of the better players in the dart league.
That's true.
Not our league, not our division. We have in our darting association. She is one of the better players.
Yes.
And
And she joined us for the summer.
Yeah, so it's nice. It's nice. We only get one of her.
Yep.
Because you can only have like so many people that are out of your league, and
Yeah.
she literally is out of our league. But it's been fun throwing with her. She's helping coach our new person.
Yes.
And I don't think he's going to be able to join us permanently for the fall. So I've extended an invitation to some of our old members, -1 plus a son.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like that's
it makes
fair.
sense. I feel like that's a good group of people. But we also have started back in December, we did the All-Stars recording.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be around to do that again. But
Yeah.
we have started doing qualifying.
We have.
So Brandy did the first day. I don't know
I
what the
did.
hell I was. Oh, it was the day before my birthday, so I wasn't
Yeah.
doing shit.
I went at 1:00 in the afternoon when nobody else would be there to do it myself, and it was a buy one get one. So
Is it less nerve wracking when there's nobody there?
I feel like yes and no, because yes, because there's less people around, but also no, because the few people that are there are only watching you because there's literally nobody else to be watching.
Yeah.
So like, but the people that were there, I'm getting more comfortable with, and so I think it was easier, and they were very supportive, and
Nice.
so it was nice. And plus, they were very good about not having like a ton of tips and things like that. So that's one of the frustrating things for me is like when you get to a point where you're trying out for something or whatever else, you should already have practiced and been at that level, right? Like to be at your best
Right.
to try out. So when you get to that point and then people are trying to give you tips and things to do to fix whatever you're doing while you're in the middle of that.
You're like, great, I'll try that later.
Right. I'll try that later. I don't have time to practice that right now because I'm in the middle of trying to like qualify for whatever I've been practicing for so long. So, and I feel like last year I got a little bit of that while I was trying out, which it was the first year I'd done it and everything else. But this year it was less so, and it was nice because everybody kind of was like, they would cheer when I did well, and when I didn't do well, they're like, "It's all right, you were right there," and it was like, "Okay, cool." Like, so it was very solid support system.
Right. That's good. Yeah, I know. I enjoy. So, our friend from the Minions.
Yeah.
He was scoring me, like, literally. Our new teammate was like, "I will score her like the second or third card," because she kicked him off my board
Yeah.
because I had been on 4 the entire time, and she was like, "Get off her board." Changing a board while you're trying out
Yeah.
can throw you off because you
Right.
only get to throw 9 darts before you have to start throwing.
Right.
They're probably a little more lax than when there were only 6 of you trying out at a
Right.
time because they have some room to wiggle. But she kicked him off my board. He was like, "No, I'm just going to score it. I'm fine. I got it." So the only participation I had from her is like yelling at me what I had left, which is great because I'm standing up there struggling with the math.
Right.
And it's the math when you know you have an outshot. So I struggle with anything above 160, not getting out, but like figuring out like what the
Like
numbers
what you
are.
should hit. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll throw at anything literally
Right.
until I get to that point. And then I'm standing there like trying to plan it. And the majority of the time, your first dart, my husband is about to become face to face with this small child on the outside. So,
if it wasn't a kid, I'd take a picture.
No, I can't. We're not posting children on the site.
No.
So she was like, you try and throw, unless a trip 20 is going to like put you out or put you at a really weird number that you don't want to go out on, you throw for a trip 20. So I would throw, and I either made it or I didn't. I will say I was hitting a significant numbers. I'm pretty sure that I hit more 20s in those 12 games
Nice.
than I have hit in like a year. Jesus, I thought she fell. Not even my children. I don't have any. My dogs wouldn't get up on the stool.
Nope.
Yeah, there's a birthday party about to break out. And I think
okay.
it's a kid's birthday party.
Oh, it
which
looks like
I feel like if I had kids, I would just have it at bars because who the fuck wants to come to a children's party?
I know. Oh no, it's retirement. It says happy
Okay.
retirement on the
Okay.
balloon.
There
I
we
see
go.
a balloon.
So anyway, you scored really well. Actually, you got called out because you were like the first person to.
Well, I feel like I got called out not because I did very well, which I did do very well because I was really happy I beat my
because you came
score
in
by
at
4
a
darts from
68. 68, but you were like, you made the team at a 71 or a 72 last year?
72 last year. So I beat my score by 4 darts, which I was super proud of. And I was like, great, fantastic. But since I was the first person, I think the person who was running the tournament, they put it on Facebook. They put my name out there and my score and was like, hey, this person got a 68. And then it was like, I didn't know that had happened.
So you're trying to figure out why people knew what you scored?
Yeah, like I had people like texting me over Facebook Messenger that was like, "Hey, great job," and I'm like, "What did I do?" I need more specifics, please. Thank you. But yeah, so and then Mindy went this past Friday,
Yeah.
and you got what, a 63, 62,
I got 63.
63.
That's out of 4 rounds of 3. I got a 63. I'm happy with it though.
No, out of 4 rounds, I got a
like
68.
in between an 88 and a 90, I got a 63.
I got a 90, 90, 60.
People are probably, what the hell are you guys talking about? So you get 10 rounds, 3 darts each. If you bust, no matter how many darts you've thrown in that round, it counts the whole 3 darts. So
Right.
if you bust on 1 dart, you've just wasted 3 darts.
A round, yeah.
So basically you only get 30 darts.
You get 30 darts to hit 301 and you have to double out.
Right. So I think we did really well.
Yeah.
In all honesty, my goal would be to be competitive at 501 with the men. So the men have to do 501, but it's because out of 140 members, there are like 120 of them.
Right.
And yeah, so we only get to take 12.
We take 12. Well, we take 15, but the top 12 go, and then we have 3 alternates.
Right. So yeah, so I'm pleased with it. I'm going to watch the standings because I want to practice, but also my shoulder is showing signs of being torn again.
Yeah.
I don't want to get surgery again.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I get to go see the orthopedic doctor on Wednesday, and after playing darts not last Thursday. I practiced darts after euchre on Tuesday.
Yeah.
After doing that, I had to wear my arm in a brace for 2 days.
Damn.
So it feels okay today.
I feel like because of where you're pointing at it, though, that it's your bicep.
Well, it's either my bicep, my cuff, but I think it might be, from all the things I've read, it might be an impingement.
That's true. We were looking at that because
Yeah.
when it comes to rotator cuff,
Yeah.
I will show you what I cannot do.
Right.
This hurts.
Yeah.
I can't go that far this way.
See, and that doesn't hurt for me.
This hurts.
So the backwards thing hurts a little
Yeah.
bit for me.
So it's not backwards so much as twisting your hand down.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm good with that.
Yeah. And then down is really a problem.
So
for
I
me.
found an article online that was like, try these 3 things. And the first one I did, I was like, that fucking hurts. And then the other 2, I was like, oh, no, I don't feel it at all. That's fine.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, if you have 2 of those things, then, you've probably done this. If you have 1 of those things, then
But you also don't know that you're doing the thing correctly.
Right, correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, so I'm going to go to the doctor on Wednesday and
That's a good thing.
hopefully get checked out. And hopefully it's nothing that I can't like solve with. But I also read a bunch of articles about basically as you get older, your muscles start to,
Atrophy.
yeah. And so then you can tear them a little bit, not like the whole thing, but just a little bit. And
Yeah.
they start like, wearing down. And I'm like, okay.
So basically what you're saying is that we have to start doing resistance weight training.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
and the only way to solve it is to like build up the muscles around it to compensate. And I'm like, do I have to start lifting weights?
Probably
or
why my
some
shoulder hurts again. Because I don't think that I've torn it. I think that I have tears in
Yes,
my rotator cuff
and
again, but I don't
that's-
think I've torn it again.
And I feel like that's almost worse because that's like.
But let's see what happens by All Stars
Yeah.
because that's what fucked it up the last time.
Mhm.
I mean, it already hurt, but
Well,
anyway.
that's the thing. I feel like I'm doing okay and it'll feel
Yeah.
fine, and then I'll do something, and I'm like, well, that just set me back a week.
Oh my
right.
goodness. Okay, my next one is Far, Far Away.
Oh, it's an
So
Australian
far
pale ale.
away.
ABV is 5.8%. Your SRM is 6, so it's a lighter beer, and then IBU is 40. Although I will say it looks cloudy.
is.
It's a very limited release due to ingredient availability. It's brewed with an all-Australian Galaxy hops for pleasantly hoppy yet drinkable beer. Notes of tropical fruits, resin, and pine. I don't know that I'd want to drink resin.
So I feel like when they say tropical fruit, they
Yeah.
mean, I'm going to look to my husband for this. When they say tropical fruit, I taste grapefruit, but it's the hops that make it taste like grapefruit. It is not the flavoring, it's just the hop. So no matter what flavoring they put, this is what I would taste.
I'm getting a head nod.
So, could I drink it out of every IPA that's up there?
Yeah.
And oh shit, this isn't Far Away. This is the experimental.
Oh, you're drinking the experimental IPA. Oh, well, that's the next one on the list. Should I read that one?
Yeah, read that one because Far,
All right.
Far Away is like my number 5. My
All
bad.
right. Well, that one doesn't give me any of the other stats, but it is a light beer because it's SRM of 8. The latest in our quest for a new member of our hoppy family, brewed with Amarilla, Azaka, and Sabro hops for a citrusy fruit forward summer AP. I'm sorry. Why did you give me a tongue twister?
Sorry. It is a 5.3%, 27 IBU. I'm looking at
The board.
really
Your
surprised I
eyesight
can
is
see
better
that.
than mine. Yeah.
You know what? That's because my far eyesight is. If you guys were here with us, I keep taking my glasses off to read my phone.
Oh, I can read my phone.
I
It's
have
the far
3
away
things to
I'm
read
like,
it through.
"What?"
It's the far under Slapshot.
I can read Slapshot. I see something that starts
It's also
with a B
hard to
and a
read
number
chalk.
3. That's about it.
So it is fruit forward is not what I would call it. Citrusy because it tastes like grapefruit.
Okay.
So I guess that's a fruit.
All right.
I would not prefer this.
Okay. Well, now you're gonna have to drink the Far, Far Away if you have that one.
I know I do.
That's a 5.
So let's go. So
There you go. All right. So that one I already read. That was the
That was the
Amarilla,
Australian.
Azeka, and Sabro, which I know I'm pronouncing all of those wrong.
Smells hoppy.
Mindy taking one for the team, getting the IPAs. Oh no, that was a bad face. That was a bad face and a like. I
I
want to
would drink
throw
the
up.
experimental instead of
All right, the
Far, Far Away.
experimental IPA seems to be the winner.
So if you are a hop person, if you are what they refer to as the guy at the 2 breweries ago called a hop head,
Yeah.
these 2 would be fantastic for you.
Also, here's the thing. I want to know who's putting the SRMs on here because judged on the scale that he showed me, and by he I mean Mindy's husband that's sitting next to me, the SRM, the lower number is lighter, right? So the far,
Well,
far and
it's a
away,
scale.
that one's a 6, and then that one's an 8. But that
But
one
you have
looks
to think
lighter
it's on
than
a
that one.
diagonal. So it goes like see-through and then it starts going not see-through but gold. Like it goes
Okay.
diagonal. Anyway,
I guess that one is more see-through, and that
Oh
one's
my
more cloudy.
God.
But still, that one's darker than that one.
it is.
I don't like the scale. The scale is bullshit to me.
I'm going to drink them because I paid for them, but I'm not going to drink them right now.
I mean, seriously, look at this. Like that one's a 6 and that one's an 8. That's 6. That's 8. That looks more like an 8. And that looks more like a 6.
yeah, I would agree with you.
I feel like they flip flop them. Thank you for that.
Good God. Okay, Slapshot I did not have. I thought about, oh, God damn,
Did
it's
not.
me again. I have the Daytonian Rhapsody.
Ooh, Bohemian Pilsner, ABV of 5%. SRM is 3, so this one's super light. Yeah, all right. I'll give it that one.
All right, let's
IBU
line
is
them up.
32.
Wait. Okay, yeah.
It's made with authentic Bohemian Pilsner malt and Czech Saaz hops. Its Daytonian Rhapsody is not only a tribute to a great Queen song, but also to Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue, and of course the great city of Dayton, Ohio.
I don't mind it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to rate the IPAs because I feel that's unfair. But since I would drink this, I would call this a good 3.5, 4.
Okay. All right. Nice.
It has a little bitterness to it, but not hop.
Yeah, okay.
It is fuller flavored than like a Budweiser or a Coors. It is, but it's sitting in that family.
Yeah. Interesting.
I would drink that if they didn't have like a Hefeweizen or whatnot. I would
Okay.
drink it.
So good light beer.
Good Day Sunshine. You have the Hefeweizen.
I do have a Good Day Sunshine.
It is a German wheat beer, ABV 5%, SRM 3, IBU 13. Don't expect SRMs from here on out. Light and refreshing, but in no way boring. A special yeast strain gives this beer I just changed lenses. Gives this beer its classic cloudy appearance, as well as notes of banana and clove. So how are you feeling?
All right, so I get the banana and the clove. It's got a solid Hefeweizen, like taste like German Hefeweizen off the front instead of like an American wheat beer. It does have that German like beer feeling off the front. But I will say, coming from the other breweries that we did, it's got an aftertaste to it that is just not quite on that smooth finish. The front end of it, fantastic. It's got the flavor and everything that you'd expect out of a Hefeweizen, but it does not have the finish that you would expect. So it's a little bit, and I don't think it's hoppy. I don't know, maybe a little bitter. I don't know. It's just got a little bit of something at the end that I'm not a huge fan of.
Right.
But it's still a very drinkable Hefeweizen.
Good.
I would prefer this to any American wheat any day.
I'm reading down the list to see what else we have.
I know.
I got Groove Juice.
Oh, I have Groove Juice too.
All right. Well, let's.
Wait, no. I have Droop, not Groove. You have Groove.
Okay. So I have Groove Juice.
All right. So it's a hazy pale ale. ABV,
This will be my last one.
Oh, okay. So ABV of 5.1, IBU of 40. It's juicy and pleasantly hoppy notes of tropical fruit and citrus. Oh, that sounds yummy.
I smell some tropical.
Smell tropical? Tropical smelly is good. What do we think?
It's not as bitter and hoppy as an IPA.
Not as bitter and hoppy as an IPA. Okay. That's good.
I'm trying to judge it based on like it being a lager
Right.
when I also am not a lager person, which I feel bad.
Well,
like,
no, this is a hazy pale ale.
oh shit. I'm like, no, it's a lager. No, you're right. It's a hazy pale ale. Okay, let's move on from that.
Yeah.
Since it is in like the IPA family,
We've been
except
drinking.
it's hazy. God damn, I can't read. I was looking at the Ohio lager. I'm
No,
like,
you're
sure,
fine.
that fits.
Yep.
I would drink it.
Nice. And it's a pale ale, which is like an IPA. So that's
I would give
good.
it around a 3.5 or a 4.
Okay.
But for somebody who likes IPAs,
Yeah.
this would be a solid 4 if you aren't like struggling to get enough hops in your life.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's fair.
So it's definitely, I would do it. Droopaloop, we don't have much about it. It's a raspberry porter.
Yeah.
The ABV is 5.3%, IBU 31. It is a little bit of a reddish tone, isn't it?
It is. Okay, so here's my thing. I kind of like it. You definitely taste the porter, and you definitely taste the raspberry. The problem is it tastes like a porter that they made the porter and then just dumped raspberry sauce in.
So they back flavored it with raspberry. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just tastes like it's got raspberry syrup in it. Which, I mean, I like raspberry, but like it doesn't feel like it's mixed together very well.
Oh, so it doesn't feel blended. It's just like
Yeah, it feels
it's
like a
you
porter
took
that somebody
porter,
dumped
put it in your mouth, and then popped in a
and then,
raspberry
like,
candy.
Yeah, squirted some raspberry in your mouth. So it just doesn't feel very blended. And I will say, on a second sip, it almost tastes like cough medicine.
It has a very red head to it.
Yeah,
Show honey.
yeah.
That's okay. We were at Jungle Jim's
Yeah.
yesterday, and he got dragon's milk s'mores. That
Ooh.
tastes like cough syrup.
Oh, all right. So it tastes a bit like cough. I don't know, not really cough syrup because cherry is more cough syrupy. Raspberry's not, but it just has that syrupy taste
Yeah.
instead of having like the beer taste to it. I mean, it's not a bad flavor or anything, but it's just not. It's not what I would expect. It's just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not blended well enough for me. I don't think.
So all in all, I mean, they have some very solid brews here.
Yeah.
I think it's just a favorite. Now, if you were an IPA, any pale ale fan, this is the
Yeah.
place for you to be because that does seem to be their wheelhouse.
So I have one more beer that's
Oh,
not on
shit.
the beer list.
Oh, that's right. You have the Tahitian
It's a new
Tryst.
one. No. That one we already did.
Oh, we
That's
already
on the
did.
beer list. It's the Luce del Sol.
It is an Italian Pilsner. It is 4.6 ABV and 27 IBU. Why did your tongue come out of your face?
Okay, for a light beer, that tastes very hoppy.
Yeah?
Yeah, like it looks very, okay. It looks like a Miller Lite or a Bud Light. Like when you're looking at it in the glass, Like it's the lightest thing we've got. Like literally the lightest thing that
Oh,
has
yeah,
on anybody's.
You guys know when you're like really well hydrated and you pee?
Yeah, this is what this looks like. It's very clear. But man, the hops. Here, taste that.
Okay, I will say this.
All right.
Taste that.
Ooh. I prefer the hops in this to that.
Okay,
This at least has flavor.
But okay, wait. After you drink this and then you drink this, there's no hops in that.
Nope, still happy.
Oh,
Still happy.
I didn't mind that one.
Yeah, I don't know. That one was just way
It
too
just
much.
goes to show you individual, like how things
your
taste
taste
to
buds
you.
are different. It's a very clear, like light beer that has just a shit ton of hops in it to me.
Well, I really do like Eudora though.
Yeah.
Nice vibe. It's a good place to go sit on a patio. When it gets cooler in the evenings, they have like 2-3 fire pits that you can sit around and rocking chairs. I hate an Adirondack chair. You can't get out of it. You look like you're trapped in a beanbag.
I don't know. They're tart, they're sour, and they're Thunderball, they're oat stout. I think are probably my favorite three. Those were delicious.
That's good. Yeah, I think Motherfuggle is, my thing. Then I would have to go Sundowner. What I finish with? Groove. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Decent beers.
All right. We have one more place to go.
Yes.
It's actually one of my favorite places. I am not buying any artwork, but I did buy my next tattoo from there last year.
Ooh.
We'll see how much I can put up of it because an artist did it. Well, it's in public, so I can post pictures of it. I'm not making money off of her stuff. The Nowhere in Particular Cabinet of Curiosities, which is affectionately referred to as NIPCO, here in the Kettering area. We're going to head there.
Yep.
I enjoy that place. It's a very unique look, so expect to have like 9,000 pictures of it.
I will say I haven't been in a
bathrooms.
few years. And last time I went, they had like 5 different stouts on draft, so I'm a little excited.
Nice. Now we probably will be doing a lot of the same tastings there because they don't have a large selection at any given time. They are a pretty niche microbrewery. So we will catch up with you at NIPCO.
All right, sounds good. All right, 4 breweries.
There's been a lot of breweries. Actually, we're
at
the 5th one now, so there you go.
That's true. We are. Because the 4th one we couldn't record at. It was way too back. They were doing... Okay, explain to me the issue 1 thing because I feel like you are way more informed than I am.
Okay, so in Ohio, our state, like a lot of other states, when the Roe versus Wade was overturned, our state reverted back to, and I think it's still on hold. Like I think it's still caught up in the higher courts.
Yeah.
But our state wanted to revert to or had a trigger law in place to do a 6-week heartbeat bill for abortion.
Okay.
So a lot of people might have heard about the little 10-year-old girl who had to go to Indiana who hadn't started their 6-week abortion ban in order to get an abortion because she had been raped and she was pregnant.
And she was 10 years old.
Right. And Jim Jordan, one of our lovely men that represents our state, called her a liar. I guess she wanted it. I don't know what he was trying to say with that. Jim Jordan has a very checkered past.
So he was saying she was a liar about getting raped.
Yep.
Regardless, she was a 10-year-old that was pregnant.
Yep.
Okay.
So she ended
But
up...
he acknowledged that she was a 10-year-old that was pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's also the one who was it Penn State or Ohio State? I forget what it was that he knew there was sexual abuse going on of the athletes
Penn
and he
State,
just ignored it.
Yeah.
So lots of people like to refer to him as Jim Jordan, G-Y-M Jordan, just to remind him. But anyway, he called her a liar. As a matter of fact, her rapist, I think, just got sentenced to life in prison.
Okay.
I could be wrong about the sentence, but he did get sentenced. So, her hypothetical, not real rapist got sentenced. So HB1 is... I think it's HB1. Anyway, let's call it issue 1. Issue 1 is being proposed to change our constitution. So right now our constitution says that if you bring something up on the ballot. So
Yeah.
you get enough signatures as a state citizen initiative to go on the ballot. Right now it's majority rule. So 50% plus one
Right.
is what you have to do to pass something. They are trying to push it through because we are a we're not even right leaning. We are a right wing state, and we are in the only blue county in Ohio.
Yeah.
And they are pushing to change the Ohio Constitution to say that you have to have 60% plus one in order to pass something.
So they're changing the majority.
Because they can't win. Yes. So they're going to change the majority. We have a thing where you have to, in order to get something on the ballot in Ohio, you have to have X amount of signatures. So X amount of percent of signatures from at least 44 out of 88 counties.
Okay.
And the percentage of signatures is a percentage of those who voted in the gubernatorial race.
Okay.
So not even like national. They had to have voted in the
You
gubernatorial
can't even
race.
be just like a registered voter. You have to have actually voted too.
Right. Which who the fuck remembers whether they voted or not? I know I
Right.
voted because I went and voted.
Right.
But otherwise, who knows? So what they're saying is that you have to do that, but in 88 counties, understanding that like a good 30 of our counties are incredibly rural
Yeah.
and highly underpopulated.
Oh yeah.
Like we have some counties that have hundreds of people.
Right. Just hundreds.
Yeah. And so it's not saying that I have to get 40% of signatures of people who voted in the gubernatorial race in those counties is stacking the deck.
Yeah.
Because what it's saying is that you can't go to the most populated place and get the most signatures. You have to go to all of the places and get a majority of signatures
Of people who actually
in
voted.
order to just get on the ballot.
Yeah.
So it's changing two things. And the reason why they're doing that is because Planned Parenthood has made a huge push in Ohio to put abortion on the ballot, which is as it should be. We should get to make the choice to
Right.
codify abortion into law. So they know they can't win. They know that their opinion has been incredibly unpopular. Even among conservatives in Ohio, it is estimated that a majority of Ohioans would vote to say that 6 weeks is cruel.
Right.
So they can't win. So they decided to move the goalpost.
So they're changing the
Change
so
the shit.
Basically, issue 1 is about our right to vote and put things on the ballot for us to vote on.
And how our vote would count.
Right.
So what I've been explaining it to my other friends as, the people who are really more concerned about other shit than what's happening in our government, which kind of annoys the shit out of me, is imagine that the Reds and the Cleveland Indians played a baseball game.
Okay.
And the Reds get 5 home runs and the Indians get 4 home runs and the Reds lose. Doesn't matter that they had the majority. It's because 5 is not 60% plus 1
Right.
of 9.
So that means they lose.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if they got more.
Doesn't matter if they got more.
Okay.
So, and keep in mind, I know that 5 and 4 and 9 probably aren't the right percentages,
but
but
still.
just consider it. I've also used Bengals and Browns, which actually works out more. There are 28 points on the board and the Bengals got 21 of them. That's still not right. There are 14 points on the board. This is hilarious. Let's just leave this in. So the Bengals scored 14.
Yeah.
The Browns scored 7 plus a 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Bengals still don't win.
Bengals still didn't win.
Because they didn't get more than...
Right. Because
Okay.
14 plus 9, 14 isn't 60% plus 1.
Yeah.
So they're legitimately just changing it to stack the deck.
So basically, issue 1, if you vote yes...
Means you are agreeing that it should be 60% plus 1 in order to win something. Sorry if there's noise. I'm trying to find a battery. I'm trying to plug in my shit. My
and
phone's about to die.
Okay, so when we went into the last brewery, there was a huge campaign of people there, like making signs and stuff like that. They're basically having their campaign party for issue 1 to try and promote for people to vote no on issue 1.
Correct.
dead as hell. We killed a whole battery.
Oh no.
That's all right. I'm just not going to turn my phone on until we actually do reviews. So we're back at Star City right now because it was very crowded there and we could not record. And it was fine. I got to meet a very sweet dog. He was some kind of Italian water dog. He was cute. He was nervous as shit.
Oh, you're
I
so
talked to his
nervous.
owner. He was like, he is incredibly undersocialized because a lot of things. I didn't take a picture of the dog. So I was petting the dog. I did not intrude upon the dog. The dog was super interested in me, and the guy was super excited about that. He was like, I cannot believe how interested he is in you. And I'm like, well, I'm interested in him too. But there were a good 20, 25 people, and it's a very small place. We did not record, but nowhere in particular. Cabinet of Curiosities is where we were.
Yes.
I will post photos from today. Plus, I'm going to pull some from when I've been there previously. All of the artwork inside the building and outside the building was done by an artist named Amy Kohler Anderson, who I got to meet today.
Very cool artwork.
Yes. So talked to her for a hot second, but we went in and they actually advertise themselves as they do extremely experimental brews.
Yes. And they have some extremely good brews.
Right. And some that like, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not even going to put a star rating on it because I feel like it's unfair because we know I don't do hops. And today I tried to like be the IPA person.
Yeah, I did
stab
not.
myself
Sorry,
in the
that
face.
That was my bad.
I only finished like 2 of the 5 that I
Yeah.
tried.
I think I finished 3 of the 5, but really that was also because we were at the last brewery and they don't have, okay, so when you go into a brewery normally and you say, can I get a flight? There's like, okay, there's 4 in a flight or 5 in a flight or 6 in a flight. This place, they don't have just typical flight. They just have like the 4 or 5 ounces that you can order and you can order as many as you want. So I was just ordering a bunch. So I got 5, which at the 4th brewery was just too many.
Yeah.
So I just ordered all the things that I liked.
I'm going to borrow your phone when
That's
it comes
fine.
time.
That is completely fine. We might have to switch back to another photo too, because I have 2 photos. One that I did not write things on, and one that I did.
All right. So I think we should go through yours first because you have them highlighted.
All right. So
actually, I need to hang on.
Nope.
I am going to use my phone in its dying state to figure this out. Delete that. Go here. Go to the website. Try and figure out their fucking about. If you own a brewery, could you please put your about up front?
there should always be an About Us page on any website. There should
Yeah.
be an About Us page. Like, I've been on many website template makers. There's always an About Us like template section that you can add. And if you delete that section, don't. Just fill it out. For fuck's sake, just fill it out.
Yeah, it makes my life a lot easier. Okay, here we go. We'll just go to Facebook and see what they say on Facebook because their website doesn't do shit for me. Okay, so once a proud and fierce people, hobos gained power throughout the Great Depression, threatening the United States government itself. FDR subdued the hobo clan, driving them underground. Look, I have to correct them as I go.
Yeah.
Like cast-off tennis shoes and missing socks, they were forgotten, out of sight. The hobo culture struggled to survive until the 1980s when recessions hit once again and the destitute were again celebrated. It is no coincidence that the return of the hobo coincided with the rise of craft beer. One needs only to look at the gathering of craft brewers with their scraggly beards, their worn, weathered faces, and their hodgepodge wardrobe to see vestigial remnants of a hobo culture. For more than 30 years, craft beer provided safe haven to the hobos. They worked in small breweries, scrubbing kettles, cleaning kegs, and always watching. Eventually, they learned the trade and began to brew. Hobo brewmasters gathered in places like Denver, California, the Pacific Northwest, and all along the East Coast, yet the hobos yearned for a leader. During this time, Charles Navalis incubated his talents, living the true life of an itinerant. Navalis scaled mountains, ran great distances, pirated ships, rarely bathed. His beard grew long, his hair grew longer. His unshorn appearance gave him power and strength. Leading the charge at a Midwestern brewery, Navalis was struck with an idea. He would brew just as he lived, traveling from kettle to kettle to produce his hobo brew. Unbeknownst to Navalis, this was the sign the hobo masses had been hoping for. At a secret conclave deep in the heart of the woods, The hobos elected a new king. Sir Charles Nevillus now rules them all. I don't know what that has to do with the bar.
I don't know.
But anyway, so it is a very eclectic setting.
So what I got out of that is they're run by a bunch of hobos.
Apparently. No, it's a very nice setting. It's a very chill place.
It is.
It's cozy.
It's on the smaller side.
It's very friendly.
Yep, it is.
If you support things all right leaning and anything Trump, I just don't.
Yep.
Just don't come in.
That's true. I wouldn't.
You're going to be unhappy.
Yep.
But their drinks are experimental, and I enjoyed a few, and you enjoyed a few, and then we had some questions about some other ones. But
Yes.
The staff very nice.
Yeah, they were. They were great.
10 out of 10 on dogs.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So the 5 beers that I got, the one I got was the Commodities. It says Bright and Crushable. It's a wheat beer, American Pale Wheat. It's 5% ABV. And I think I missed the pale wheat in there when I ordered it because it was my only note was that it was just too hoppy.
Yeah.
It had the flavors of a wheat ale, but it was just very hoppy. And so it was light. If you like hops, go for it. It's fantastic. But for me, too many hops. I also got the Haters and Losers, which it says smooth, robust, and faint coffee. It's an American stout, 5% ABV. I can't read all of my things because my pen was way too fat, but I got good and more flavor. So good malts and more flavor. So it was a good stout. It was just a good solid, regular stout. Doesn't have a huge amount of any other kind of flavors. I got a little bit of the coffee, but not a huge amount of it, but it was a good smooth stout that you could drink. The Space Jam was a blueberry, vanilla, cinnamon, lambic fruit beer. It's 5.6%. It was tart, but I did enjoy it. It was a good tart beer. If you like tart flavors, excellent. Definitely go for it. It was very good. And then the Prestige was a raspberry lemon sour, 5.8%. That one I just wrote yummy next to. Raspberry lemon to me are two flavors that go together very well.
Yeah.
And especially if you like sours, it was a great sour beer. It just the flavors worked really well together. It was very easy to drink. So if you like sours, highly recommend that. And then the last one I got was called Saddle Blankets. It's a banana nut bread imperial stout. It's 9%. I did write yummy, but here's the thing. It is, so as with some imperials, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, is imperial beers are hard because some imperial beers, when you drink them, you get all the flavors and they just taste delicious and they're going to knock you on your ass and you don't know it because you just are... It just tastes so good.
Right.
This one, you could taste the banana nut bread. It tasted really great. It smelled really great. But definitely in the afterwards, you could tell there was alcohol in there.
Yeah.
There was definitely a strong alcohol flavor into it. So you knew as you were drinking it that you were drinking something stronger.
You're I'm going to regret these decisions in my life.
I will say when I got down towards after I drank half of that and half of my my stout, it was the Haters and the Losers. I kind of mixed them together, and the regular stout with the banana nut bread cut down on that alcohol flavor, which also probably cut down on the alcohol percentage a little bit, but it smoothed it out a little bit so you didn't taste all the alcohol flavor.
Okay. No, it does not cut down on the alcohol.
Well, because you're mixing a 7 or a 9% with
but you're drinking a 7% and a 9%.
Right, so
it doesn't matter that you mix them together. It doesn't make an 8%.
But if you just drank 1 pint of the two of them mixed together, half and half, then it would.
We are back in I don't know how my grandparents were born in Poland, but are Hungarians.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. But yeah, so I feel when I mix the banana nut bread with a little bit of the regular stout, it definitely cut down on that alcohol flavor on the back end. So I preferred that a lot better. So it's very good flavor. The banana nut bread definitely comes out. It's fantastic. But I also needed to mix it a little bit with a regular stout in order to be able to drink a full pint of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good deal. I need to borrow your phone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mine is dying.
Here. There's a...
All right. So we're going to try and do this from
2
memory.
fingers to zoom.
Like most phones?
Yeah, I probably didn't need to tell you that.
Oh, you have a glare.
Oh, wait, there's another one. I took many.
Okay, wait,
Here,
wait, wait.
squish in and then
Oh,
go.
no.
Oh, wait, here. All the photos right here. You just gotta go this way.
Or pictures of my
glares.
husband's
Are they all
screen.
glares? They're all glares.
That one's
Less.
all right. Well, here we go. I had the Night Traveler. It is a Keller beer. Kell. I did this. Carolyn, I think. Kelllerbier. It's called Night Traveler. It's a 5.5% ABV. Malty, toasty, bready. Yes, I got a lot of malt out of it. I'm going over to my notes to see. Nope, that's gonna kill things. So number one, bright, tasty malt. So yes, it was malty.
Yeah.
It was. I just liked it.
That's good.
So I have to say, I talk to text, and when you're in a busy place, here's what it says: Night Traveler, malty, toasty, bready, Keller beer. My notes say number one, Night Traveler, malty, not malty, tasty, bready, caliber. So anyway, it's high caliber, bright,
High caliber beer.
bright, tasty malt. Would drink it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll give it like a 4,
Okay.
3.5, 4.
Nice.
I also had the Space Jam. It's tart, but I got all the right flavors.
Yeah.
I would drink it.
Yeah.
I would pint it. Yes,
Yeah.
4. I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
Coconut matcha. My notes here say sour. SOUUUUR. Coconut does come through though.
Yeah,
So
well, that's good.
the coconut was very forward, but oh my God, was it like lemon head pucker fucking sour?
Oh, man.
So I for what it was as a sour,
Yeah.
I would give it a 4.
Okay.
Just because it's
it's
it
a
was
sour.
what it was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be sour.
Yeah. The next one that I did was Fantastic Voyage. Fantastic Voyage is tangerine, orange, lemon shandy with a Columbus hop. Loved it. 5.
I was gonna say I was excited about that one for you. I thought you would really like the shandy. You're
Very
a shandy
sweet, not carbonated.
girl. Oh.
So it was kind of weird. Yeah, because we drank them right away, so
Yeah.
it's not like I let it die.
Right.
Just not a lot of carbonation, but it was very sweet. It was more orange than lemon.
Okay.
So, 5 would do it.
Nice.
I would get a howler of it. I would get a growler of it. All those
Even
things that
without
you
the
can do.
carbonation?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
That's good.
it was a good solid drink. The last one I did was incognito mode. My note says nope. Incognito mode was an Imperial IPA. Let's see what they have. Citra, Incognito, Chinoon, Ginoon. I don't know. It's very blurry. Incognito. Oh my God. I'm just going to type this shit out the next time we do it. Mosaic, Incognito, dry hopped with BRU-1 and Mosaic Lupamax. I'm assuming those are the hops.
Yeah, I don't know. But
One
sure.
hop was good. All those hops, not good.
Not great.
It is something that if you are into hops, go for it.
Right.
Fucking all hops. It was not for me.
No.
And even judging it against all of the IPAs we've had in the past 3 episodes, this
Yeah.
episode and 2 previous ones, no.
Yeah.
There are a lot of IPAs we've run across that I'm like, I can drink that. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely never again. But they do rotate their brews. They brew on site, therefore they're a brewery. So we went and got our stamps and did our thing. I recommend just going there. It's a very cool atmosphere. I've been there on non-activity nights and it's just quiet. There's a food truck in the back. Fantastic food.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. If you are looking for a food truck to go to where they don't give a shit about your sensibilities or your feelings, go there.
No.
Not in like a bad way. Just like if you're undecided, you're gonna get berated. It's like Wicked Lobster.
Oh, like you need to
And-
know what you want when you get up to the window.
Right. Or they're just going to make fun of you. So Dee and I went there one of the last times that we hung out. So it was very good food. I like the place. I like the atmosphere. I like the staff. I like some of the things they have
Yeah.
on the thing.
Well, I feel like they're like the menu, like when you go up there, it's like, oh, okay, well, there's no like specific flight. So you just pick whatever you want
There's
to.
a lot of IPAs on there.
Yeah. But like there was also a lot of other beers that I was like, oh, I'm intrigued. Okay. So we ended up with 5 each, which you got more of the IPAs because you were being more adventurous today than I was. But, I feel like I liked about 50%. I know I got 5, so 50% doesn't sound right, but
No, it does sound right because you mixed two together.
I did. So, but yeah, so I feel like I feel like you'll find something you like. It's just, you got to experiment and try some of the things.
Right. So, I mean, you don't know. Just just like Brandy said, you have to try. And we tried an IPA at 818 and turned out it wasn't.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually.
It was. I wasn't expecting it to be good.
Right.
So that's just on me. But oh my goodness. Brandy's going to insert here where to find us because I'm not going to ask you to do it from memory.
On Instagram and Twitter, you can find us at DBBL_podcast or Facebook and YouTube at DBBL Podcast or website dblpodcast.com or dbblpodcast@gmail.com.
We did just start Threads. I don't know how much I'll post to it right now.
And I don't know what that is. She explained it to me earlier.
It's Instagram's version of Twitter. The best meme I saw about it was, I don't need another social media platform to manage, but also it'll piss off Elon Musk. So
there you go.
Anything, I like Twitter for getting messages out, but whatever kills it faster, I don't care. So we are going to be doing Stop 4. We'll talk about the timing. The problem is that the places that we want to go, some of them are not open on a Sunday.
Yeah, so we've got to schedule some other days to do this because Sundays, all the breweries are not open. Which, I mean, why, guys? Why? Like passport season, people want to go get their passport stamps. And Saturdays and Sundays, people are off work. That's when they want to go to breweries.
Yeah, and I don't, no offense, but I want to do something else with my Saturday.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so we'll figure it out. Stop 4, we are deciding where to be because of the 3 places we could have been.
Yeah.
We ended up in the 4th one. So
that's true.
So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 more chunks
Stops to make,
do.
yeah.
But we are, I think, 12 down.
Yeah. We made a hole.
11 down. We're 11 down.
Yeah.
17 more to go.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Good deal. So
we're almost halfway there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for catching up with us today, and we're going to catch you the next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.